Thank you guys so much for joining us today. So with us, we have Tim and Lindsey Pierce and little baby Thaddeus. He is the record-breaking baby. He was frozen for almost 31 years before he was adopted and transferred by Tim and Lindsey. He was created in 1994, and so that makes him the oldest baby, if you will. So we're super excited to have you guys on and chat with you. And yeah, thank you for being willing to join us. So how are things going? How is Thaddeus doing?
He's doing well. He is thankfully sleeping about 3 to 4 hours through the night before feeding, and so we're getting some amount of sleep. Other than that, he's passing everything with flying colors. He's in the 90s of percentile, huge baby in our hands right now.
He's a big guy.
Yeah.
Oh, great. He is just absolutely adorable. I'm so glad he's joining us today also. And you guys have been getting a whole lot of media attention recently with his birth also. How has that been?
That's been a new experience for sure.
Yes.
Having everybody reach out to ask about a baby that we've just been waiting for a very long time, and to have him in our arms, and then all of a sudden everybody wants to know all about him, and we're still adjusting to, we just got him.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, so just starting off, what led you guys initially to the Snowflakes program?
So we wanted to adopt before we were even married. We discussed adoption, and when infertility kind of popped up in our lives, we thought, okay, this is the time now to look into adoption. This is the route God's put us on. And I found Nightlight, and then Nightlight talked about Snowflakes and what they offered, and I told Tim about it, and we thought it was perfect. There was nothing about it that we weren't sure about. We just dove right in. And we couldn't believe it was a program that existed. We'd never heard of embryo adoption, and none of our friends or family did either. So when we told them we were doing that, they were still baffled and trying to wrap their mind around it as we were getting our feet wet into it.
Yeah, when we signed up or got the information about Snowflakes, it was less than a month later, and we already signed up. We're like, yeah, let's get into this, because like just the amount of information that was given to us for a fact sheet and stuff like that, we realized, wow, there are a lot of embryos out there that do need adopted, and we just wanted to be a part of that.
Yeah, that's amazing. So in Snowflakes, we have our Open Hearts program, which you guys decided to adopt through, if you will. So what made you guys choose the Open Hearts program? Why did you decide to go that route?
We believe in life at conception. And so when these babies were conceived and frozen in stasis, we believe that they're alive and deserve a chance at being born. And so no matter how old they are, no matter if they are, I think some of them were sperm donors or egg donors or things like that in the Open Hearts program, we believe they have a chance to be born. And that's why we joined the Open Hearts, and we would do it again.
That's amazing. I love that. So when you guys were first matched with Thaddeus and his siblings, and you learned that they were created in 1994, how did that feel when you first learned that information?
I think we were both surprised that embryos were frozen that long ago. We had no idea, because it still felt so new to us. So that there was something from that long ago just waiting. And we like to think that he was just put on reserve.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. He was specially reserved for you guys to get married, grow up. I love that. That is awesome. again, like you learned that the embryos were created in 1994. Linda Archard is your donor, the biological mother, if you will. So how did you know that this match was the right one?
There were a lot of similarities between Linda's family and my family and Tim's family that we just were like, this isn't a coincidence. This is on purpose. This is divine intervention, if you will, that we're supposed to be together. There was just too many things we couldn't dismiss that we thought, this is it. We're supposed to be with this family forever.
Yeah.
That is so cool. I like that you were able to find some similarities and have something to connect with her about also. That's very neat. So Thaddeus was finally born after all of the waiting, the infertility, all of that. How did it feel when he was finally born?
Oh, it was amazing, but I was also really tired after he was born.
I'm sure.
I'm sure once I felt a little more rested, it was more joyful.
Yes.
There were tears of joy, tears of pain, tears of like, oh wow, this is actually happening. And like we couldn't ask for anyone better than Thaddeus to be our son, because he's a fighter through everything, and he's been passing all his tests, hearing, sight, all this stuff, and flying colors. Like he's just a perfect child.
I think too, so we didn't find out the gender when I was pregnant. So when Tim found out that it was a boy, it was just even more surprises too. Like, oh, we finally found out if you were a boy or a girl, and then we finally get to have our baby.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like an additional surprise. How fun. So what has your communication with Linda been like on this journey?
It's been good. It's been good. We've been in contact with her since we found out I was pregnant. And she has been so supportive, our biggest fan, if you will, that she loves all of the updates that we're giving her about Thaddeus, and she can't wait till he's a little bit bigger and we can finally meet face to face.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that you guys are planning to meet up with her later down the road. That's awesome. So last couple of questions here. What advice would you give other families that are considering embryo adoption?
Boy, that's a tough one. We're given a couple of different questions like that previously, but it's not been specifically embryo adoption.
It's been to families with infertility.
Yeah. So embryo adoption, I would say, be prepared for possible loss with thawing embryos, but also the joy of having those embryos come to being in your arms.
Yeah. You can expect that things might go wrong, but really just expect something amazing is going to happen, because it does happen. It just might not be the timeline that you want, but it does happen.
Yeah.
Yes. And kind of under that umbrella, so it might be kind of a tough question too, but so under the families who may be interested in embryo adoption, what would you tell families that are considering the Open Hearts program that, maybe have some reservations due to the age of the embryos? How would you encourage families with that?
Find a good embryologist. When we found our clinic in Knoxville, we were told like, oh, there's 2 clinics that will take older embryos, and that's one in Knoxville and one in, I think it was like St. Louis.
Something, yeah.
And well, it's not, Knoxville is about 3 hours closer than St. Louis drive from our place. So we said, let's go to Knoxville. And it was just such a blessing to know Sarah, and she is just very, very well versed in older embryos too, because she takes notes. She I mean, she hasn't been around long enough to know all of the technologies that have been going through all the embryo freezings and thawings, but she takes notes and she makes sure, oh, it's frozen this way. Let's do it that way and thaw this. And she is just, her heart is so full of joy through all of the experiences that we've had with her.
I would say the same as embryo adoption, that there is a plan. It may not look like the way you want it to, but there's still a plan, and you will make it to the other side. I know for a very long time it felt like we would never make it to the other side, and now we are on the other side. And those embryos all deserve a chance as well. And if somebody's thinking of joining it, they already know. They're already thinking that. So I encourage them to continue forward.
Yes. Well, that is awesome. Thank you guys again for speaking with us. We are so excited for you and so excited that you have Thaddeus with you, and just wish you all of the best on your parenthood journey. And I look forward to keeping in contact with you guys. I'm just so excited for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much.